Imagine waking up one morning, reaching to tie your shoes, and realizing it takes more effort than it used to. Your legs feel a little weaker. Standing up from a chair requires an extra push. Maybe you brush it off as just getting older. But what if I told you this creeping weakness is not inevitable? What if I said it's not just about aging, but about a hidden condition most people over 40 already have and don't even know it? It's called sarcopenia. It's the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that starts long before gray hair shows up. You might not notice it in your 40s, but it's the chipping away at your balance, your energy, your confidence. By the time most people recognize it, they've already lost a significant amount of muscle. And here's the kicker: it doesn't have to be this way. This isn't a story about fear. It's a story about power. Your power to stop and even reverse muscle loss, starting now. Because sarcopenia isn't just a natural part of aging. It's a metabolic condition driven by deeper cause-poor digestion, hormone imbalance, blood sugar swings, and silent inflammation. And while most solutions focus on lifting weights or eating more protein, they miss the mark. See, you can eat a steak, drink a protein shake, and still get weaker if your body isn't absorbing and using that protein properly. This is what most doctors don't tell you. It's not just about how much protein you eat, it's about how your body processes it. And that changes dramatically after 40. What I'm about to share with you could change the way you age. It's not a supplement, not a gym routine. It's a forgotten food, something so simple, yet so powerful, it outperforms eggs and whey protein when it comes to rebuilding aging muscle. But before we get there, let's understand the real battlefield inside your body. Because knowledge is power, and knowing what's really going wrong can be the first step to turning everything around. Muscle loss isn't just about weaker legs or softer arms. It's the #1 reason older adults lose their independence. It affects your ability to climb stairs, carry groceries, catch your balance. It makes you more vulnerable to falls, to hospitalizations, and to losing the life you worked so hard to build. And the problem is, it starts silently. Most people associate muscle loss with being elderly, maybe over 70. But research shows it begins decades earlier, in your 40s and 50s. It's not about the calendar, it's about your metabolism. And metabolism can be repaired. Let's look at the real causes. As we age, our stomach acid drops. That means the protein you eat isn't broken down efficiently. Your liver becomes sluggish. Hormones like cortisol increase, especially if you're under chronic stress or sleeping poorly. And insulin, the hormone that moves nutrients into your cells, starts to lose its power. Your body becomes resistant. The result? Even a high-protein diet can fall flat. But here's the good news. Once you understand these root causes, you can intervene. You can support digestion, reset your hormones, and choose the kind of protein your body can actually use. That's what we're going to explore. Because there is a type of protein known that your body recognizes, absorbs, and uses like it's designed to. One that supports not just muscles, but joints, ligaments, and connective tissue. And it starts with collagen. This isn't hype. It's backed by studies, by results, and by people just like you who've reclaimed their strength in midlife. But we'll get there in a moment. First, ask yourself this. Have you noticed your body recovering slower? Do your arms feel softer? Your balance a bit less stable? Are stairs a little harder than they used to be? These are not random signs. These are the early warnings of muscle loss. And if you catch them now, you can stop the decline before it ever becomes a crisis. In the next section, we'll break down exactly how your digestion, hormones, and metabolism affect protein absorption, and why that matters more than the amount of protein on your plate. Because to win the battle against sarcopenia, you need to understand the system and how to turn it back on in your favor. You've probably heard it before you ate more protein. It's the go-to advice for anyone looking to build muscle or prevent its loss. But here's something few people will tell you. Protein alone isn't enough. Not when you're over 40. Not when your digestion, hormones, and metabolism have changed. Because they have. And pretending otherwise is one of the biggest reasons people fail to maintain their strength. Let me explain this with a picture. Imagine you're rebuilding a house after a storm. You've got the bricks, plenty of them. But your workers, the ones who mix the cement and lay the foundation, are late, tired, and missing tools. That's what happens inside your body when you eat a high-protein meal. But your stomach acid is low, your enzymes are sluggish, and your hormones are out of balance. The materials are there, but the construction never starts. This is the hidden side of sarcopenia. It's not a problem of protein shortage, it's a problem of protein utilization, and that starts in your gut. After 40, your stomach acid begins to decline. Most people don't feel it, but it's happening quietly, and when acid is low, your body can't properly break down protein into amino acids. You end up with undigested food, bloating, gas, and worst of all, nutrients that pass right through you instead of getting used. That steak, that shake, wasted. Now let's talk enzymes. Your pancreas is supposed to release digestive enzymes like protease and lipase to help break down fats and proteins. But aging, stress, and processed food can wear this system down. So even if you eat a balanced meal, your body might struggle to extract the good stuff. That's why many older adults feel heavy or tired after eating meat. It's not the meat, it's the machinery. And digestion is just the beginning. Let's bring hormones into the picture. Cortisol, your stress hormone, tends to rise with age. If you're not sleeping well or living under a cloud of stress, cortisol builds up. And cortisol is catabolic. That means it breaks down tissue, especially muscle. The very tissue you're trying to protect. It's like trying to save water while your pipes are leaking. At the same time, your body becomes less sensitive to insulin. Insulin's job is to transport nutrients into your cells. When your cells stop listening, nutrients, including amino acids, don't get delivered. Instead of building muscle, you gain fat. This is why so many older adults develop the skinny fat body, soft limbs, low muscle tone, and belly weight. It's not from eating too little protein. It's from not absorbing or using it effectively. But let's not forget the liver. This unsung hero is responsible for converting amino acids into usable energy, building enzymes, and regulating blood sugar. But modern life, especially the American diet, puts enormous pressure on the liver. Sugar, alcohol, medication, processed oils, they all leave their mark. And when the liver slows down, so does your muscle-building potential. So now you see the bigger picture. Sarcopenia isn't just about aging. It's about a system breaking down. Your gut isn't digesting. Your hormones aren't coordinating. Your liver isn't converting. And in that chaos, muscle disappears. But here's where things get exciting. All of these systems are trainable. You can support digestion. You can balance hormones. You can rejuvenate the liver. And when you do, your body becomes responsive again. Suddenly, that protein starts working. You feel stronger. You recover faster. Your posture improves. It's not magic. It's metabolism. Let's be practical. There are simple things you can start doing today to support these systems. Take apple cider vinegar or betaine HCl with your meals to boost stomach acid. Add bitter greens like arugula or dandelion to stimulate digestion. Manage stress with sunlight in the morning and low screen exposure at night. Support your liver with choline-rich foods like eggs and leafy greens. These are not hacks. They are repairs. You are not trying to trick your body into getting strong. You are restoring the natural process it was designed to follow. And once you do, the results come faster than you expect. In the next part, we'll reveal the specific food that's outperforming eggs and whey in muscle recovery. It's not trendy, it's not new, but it might be the missing link you've been looking for. It's time to reveal the food that often gets overlooked, yet holds the power to reverse muscle loss faster than the protein sources you've been told to trust. It's not eggs, it's not steak, and it's not some expensive supplement from a glossy magazine ad. It's bone broth protein, especially when it's hydrolyzed and grass-fed. Now, before you dismiss this as some wellness trend, let's get clear on what makes bone broth protein different. Unlike typical protein powders, bone broth protein is rich in collagen. That's a word you've probably seen on skincare bottles. But its true value lies deep inside your body, far beyond your skin. Think of your muscles as a structure made of bricks and mortar. The bricks are protein, yes, but the mortar is collagen. Without the collagen, the bricks can't hold together. That's why people over 50 often feel weak or unsteady, even if they eat enough protein. Their connective tissue, the tendons, ligaments, and the scaffolding that holds muscle fibers together is breaking down. Collagen is what holds it all in place. Now let's talk numbers. One egg contains about 6 grams of complete protein and only a small fraction of leucine, the amino acid that triggers muscle growth. Bone broth protein delivers 15 to 20 grams per scoop, and it's loaded with glycine, proline, hydroxyproline, and arginine. These are not just muscle-building amino acids. They're connective tissue-repairing amino acids. Why does this matter? Because sarcopenia isn't just about the muscle you see. It's about what holds that muscle together, keeps it functional, and allows it to transfer strength to your joints. That's the real foundation. And collagen is the glue. There's more. Collagen peptide Ds, especially when hydrolyzed air already broken down into small molecules. That means they're easier to absorb, even if your digestion isn't perfect. This is crucial for people over 40 whose stomach acid and enzymes are not what they used to be. Bone broth protein slips through that weakened system and still delivers results. In one study published in the British Journal of Nutrition, older men who took collagen peptides along with light resistance training gained significantly more lean body mass and muscle strength than those who didn't. Not with heavy lifting, not with extreme dieting, just the right protein and mild exercise. That's how powerful collagen can be. But there's another layer to this. Bone broth protein is also anti-inflammatory. It contains very low levels of methionine and high levels of glycine. Glycine helps balance methylation in the body, a process linked to aging and disease. It also helps calm the nervous system and improve sleep. This means you're not just building muscle. You're lowering the stress signals that break muscle down. And here's something most people miss. Bone broth protein does not spike insulin like many other protein sources. That means it's safe to use during intermittent fasting or even before bed. You can build muscle without disrupting fat burning. That's a rare combination. If you've ever felt like your body wasn't responding to the protein you eat, this could be why. You were missing the signals, missing the glue, missing the support system that makes muscle possible in the first place. So, how do you use bone broth protein effectively? Here's a simple protocol. Mix 1 scoop of grass-fed, hydrolyzed bone broth protein in warm water. You can add cinnamon or MCT oil for added metabolic support. Drink it after your workout or 1 hour before bed. That's it. No complicated meal plans. Just a steady supply of what your body really needs. This isn't about replacing food. It's about supplementing the part of your body that aging tries to steal. It's about reclaiming your inner framework so your strength has something to stand on. In the next section, we'll go deeper into the one amino acid that turns on muscle building like a light switch, and why most people over 50 don't get enough of it unless they know exactly what to eat and when. By now, you understand that muscle loss isn't just about age. It's about communication. Your body is constantly listening for signals to build, signals to break down. And there's one amino acid that acts like the ignition key in this system. That amino acid is leucine. Leucine is not just another protein building block. It's the switch that turns on a powerful internal system called mTOR. mTOR is short for mechanistic target of rapamycin, but what matters more than the name is what it does. When activated, it tells your body to shift into an anabolic status state, where muscle is built instead of broken down. Here's the catch. As we age, our sensitivity to leucine drops. This means that the same amount of leucine that would build muscle in a 25-year-old might barely register in someone over 50. This is called anabolic resistance, and it's one of the biggest hidden drivers of sarcopenia. Most people have no idea how much leucine they're actually getting in a meal. One egg contains about half a gram. That means you'd need to eat 5 or 6 eggs in one sitting just to hit the minimum threshold of leucine that triggers muscle building in older adults. And that's assuming perfect digestion, which most people over 50 don't have. Research shows that older adults need between 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine in a single meal to activate mTOR effectively. This isn't optional. It's the difference between feeding your muscles and wasting your effort. That's why the quality of protein matters even more than the quantity. Bone broth protein, while not the highest in leucine, can be combined with other leucine-rich foods to create the right blend. Grass-fed beef, wild turkey, tempeh, and certain legumes can help you reach that threshold without overloading your digestive system. But timing is just as critical as content. The window when your body is most sensitive to leucine is within 30 to 60 minutes after resistance training. That's when the muscle fibers are most receptive. That's when the switch is waiting to be flipped. So here's what you do. After your workout or even just light resistance like bodyweight squats, consume a meal or shake that includes both collagen-based protein and leucine-rich sources. A small steak, a scoop of bone broth protein, or 2 scoops of collagen peptides with added leucine can do the job. Add a small amount of healthy fat-like olive oil or MCT oil tow, slow absorption slightly, providing a steady stream of nutrients. This isn't about going to the gym every day or lifting heavy weights. It's about creating the perfect internal environment so your body says, now is the time to grow. In one study from the Journal of Nutrition, elderly individuals who consumed a leucine-enhanced amino acid blend saw significant improvements in muscle mass and strength even without intense exercise. That's how powerful leucine is when used correctly. But don't rush out and buy leucine powders. That's not the point. Leucine works best when it's part of a complete system when your digestion is supported, your blood sugar is stable, and your body has what it needs to respond. It's not a magic bullet. It's the spark in a well-prepared engine. That's why bone broth protein is such a smart base. It contains glycine, which helps calm the nervous system and support sleep. It supports the gut lining, so absorption improves. It doesn't spike insulin, so it can be used before bed. And when paired with leucine-rich food, it becomes part of a complete recovery system. If you're over 50 and not getting at least 2.5 grams of leucine in a meal, your body might not even realize you're trying to build muscle. That's the quiet tragedy of aging. People try. They eat better. They move more. But their body is missing the key. We're not done yet. In the next part, we'll focus on timing, because when you eat, your protein is just as important as what you eat, especially if you want to build muscle while you sleep. Most people think building muscle happens in the gym. The grunts, the sweat, the burn, that's where the magic must be, right? Not quite. The real transformation doesn't happen while you're lifting. It happens while you sleep. That's right. Deep, restful sleep is when your body shifts into full repair mode. It's when human growth hormone surges. It's when tissues are rebuilt, muscles are regenerated, and energy stores are replenished. But here's the problem. Most people are sleeping through the night without giving their body the tools it needs to do this critical work. You may be eating clean during the day. You may even get your protein in. But if you go to bed without supplying your body with the right kind of fuel, you're missing your most powerful recovery window. It's like sending your construction crew to the site with no materials. The workers are ready, but the bricks never arrive. And it's not just about eating before bed. It's about eating the right kind of protein at the right time. Many people have a big meal at 6, skip dinner entirely, or eat a snack full of carbs before turning in. This creates two major issues. First, the body runs low on amino acids overnight, just when it needs them most. Second, high-carb meals spike insulin, which blocks growth hormone. That's a double loss. So what's the solution? It's surprisingly simple. Start by eating your highest protein, collagen-rich meal in the evening about 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. This ensures that a steady supply of amino acids is available when growth hormone naturally peaks during deep sleep. Bone broth protein is ideal here. It's slow digesting, easy on the stomach, and doesn't trigger insulin spikes. You can mix 1 scoop of bone broth protein with warm water or nut milk, add a pinch of cinnamon for flavor, and drink it slowly as part of your winding down routine. Optionally, you can add glycine found naturally in collagen, which promotes deeper, more restorative sleep by helping lower body temperature and calming the nervous system. Think of it like this. Your body is a construction site. During the day, there's noise, distraction, movement. But at night, everything gets quiet. That's when the specialists come in, the builders, the repair crews. But if you haven't delivered the materials ahead of time, they stand around, waiting. The opportunity passes. Research backs this up. A study in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise showed that consuming a slow-digesting protein like casein before bed improved overnight muscle protein synthesis in older adults. Bone broth protein offers similar benefits without the dairy or digestive complications. But there's more you can do. Pair your evening protein with a short stretching session or breath work. This lowers cortisol, enhances parasympathetic activation, and signals your body to shift into repair mode. Avoid screens and blue light. Dim your environment. Let your body know it's time to rebuild. You can also support this nighttime process with calming nutrients like magnesium glycinate or chamomile tea. These help deepen sleep and prolong the anabolic window. Remember, it's not about sleeping longer. It's about sleeping deeper. And here's a bonus tip. Avoid alcohol before bed. Even 1 drink can suppress growth hormone by over 70% for up to 24 hours. That's a huge price to pay for a nightcap. If you're serious about reversing muscle loss, protecting your sleep is non-negotiable. When you align your protein intake, timing, and sleep strategy, you unlock a whole new level of recovery. You stop surviving the night and start rebuilding through it. You wake up with more energy, better posture, and a deeper sense of vitality. In the final part, we'll bring everything together into a simple, sustainable daily routine you can follow starting tonight. Because the goal isn't just to know what's going wrong. It's to take action that puts you back in control of your strength, your body, and your future. Now that you understand the real reasons behind muscle loss and what it takes to reverse it, it's time to put everything into motion. This isn't about turning your life upside down. It's about creating a daily repeatable system that aligns with how your body actually works after 40. Let's begin in the morning. The first thing your body needs is to reset its internal clock and lower cortisol, which is naturally high upon waking. Step outside and get 10 to 15 minutes of natural light. This doesn't just wake you up. It regulates your circadian rhythm, improves sleep that night, and balances your hormones. Hydration matters too. Drink filtered water with a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon. This combination supports your adrenal function and jumpstarts digestion. If you're ready for more, add a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar to help prime your stomach acid. Movement should follow. Not intense workouts, just 10 minutes of light stretching or a brisk walk. This sends blood to your muscles, warms up your joints, and prepares your body for the day. Think of it as turning the engine on before you hit the gas. When it comes to your first meal, focus on protein. Around midday, sit down to a plate of complete protein wild-caught salmon, turkey, or tempeh. Add leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, and a serving of healthy fat like olive oil or avocado. And here's the key: include leucine-dense foods. This meal should deliver at least 2.5 grams of leucine to activate mTOR and signal muscle growth. If you find yourself feeling heavy after eating, consider taking 1 or 2 capsules of betaine HCl. This boosts stomach acid and ensures the protein is broken down and absorbed properly. Remember, digestion is the first gate. If the protein doesn't make it through, your muscles never see it. In the afternoon, it's time to activate the muscles. This doesn't require a gym. Just 15 to 30 minutes of resistance movement bodyweight squats, push-ups, or bands. Focus on control. Slow reps activate more fibers. And if you can, combine your workout with sunlight exposure. The dual effect on testosterone, mood, and strength is powerful. Right after exercise, take advantage of your anabolic window. Mix a bone broth protein shake with warm water and cinnamon. This gives you collagen, glycine, and a gentle leucine boost without spiking insulin. Add MCT oil if you want sustained energy. Your muscles are primed. This is when they're listening most closely. In the evening, shift into recovery. Dinner should be light but rich in nutrients. A small portion of protein sardines, chicken, or leftovers spared with steamed vegetables and healthy fat. You don't need volume, you need signal. About an hour before bed, repeat the bone broth protocol. 1 scoop with warm nut milk or water. This supplies amino acids through the night. Add magnesium glycinate or glycine for deeper, more restful sleep. Turn off screens, dim the lights, and let your body do what it's designed to door build. Sleep by 10:30. That's when growth hormone peaks. Missing that window means missing the most powerful regeneration phase of the day. You're not just sleeping, you're sculpting a stronger version of yourself. And don't forget the extras. Once or twice a week, use an infrared sauna or take an Epsom salt bath. These practices reduce inflammation, support detox, and calm your nervous system. Include liver-supportive foods like beets, arugula, or dandelion tea. Your liver is your metabolic command center. Keep it clean. This may sound like a lot, but soon it becomes second nature. You're not chasing youth. You're reclaiming vitality. You're aligning with your biology, not fighting against it. Every time you follow this rhythm: morning light, strategic meals, calm nights, you're sending a message to your body. That message is strength. That message is recovery. That message is life. Start tonight. Just 1 scoop of bone broth protein before bed. Add a stretch. Breathe deeply. Track how you feel in the morning. That's how change begins, not with overwhelm, but with a single, consistent signal. Because muscle loss is not your fate. It's a signal problem. And now, you have the tools to fix it.